afternoon. Let me call this. This is the time set for a hearing on a discovery dispute regarding a deposition in CV 2017-055490. For plaintiff, please announce.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Bryan Eastin on behalf of Donna Johanson in her individual capacity and in her capacity as the personal representative for the estate of Gary Johanson, and Mrs. Johanson is seated here with me.
Okay. And on the phone?
Nick Casavelli.
Okay. So, made myself available. What's the issue?
Your Honor, we've made ourselves available for today's deposition to be done virtually, and the email from Mr. and Mrs. Casavelli said that they were not going to accept that we still had to appear in person. We are here waiting to receive a link, a video link to appear in that deposition. We received none, and the Casavellis have also threatened that if we don't agree to show up in person with Mrs. Johanson, that they are going to take Mr. Johanson's deposition, video deposition, and post it on the internet. I'm supposing that they're doing that to harass or intimidate or to embarrass. Don't know for sure, but that's what they've threatened, and we just need some clarification, Your Honor. We're here, we're available for deposition, and it's kind of our position that now that we've presented ourselves, they're waiving their deposition rights if they don't go through with the deposition today.
Okay, Mr. Casavelli?
Mr. Eastin clearly stated that he would not present her for deposition in person as the notice was stated. No amended notice was given. We haven't even received anything of an order that says anything's been changed other than his word. And we don't take his word for anything because we've experienced Mr. Eastin for more than 4 years, and we didn't threaten anything. And we stated we don't want to take her deposition virtually because of the massive abuse Mr. Eastin has committed in Gary's deposition. He's answered more than 400-something times. He interrupted. He threatened to hit me in the deposition. It's all on video. It's all on Gary's video deposition. He's restated questions. He's answered for it. He's told them not to answer when it wasn't privileged information. It's discovery abuse. All we want is what he got from us, which was an in-person deposition. All we want is a deposition where he can't do the more damage he can by doing it virtually, by muting it, restating it, pulling up answers for her off screen, whatever. We know he does this.
Well, a couple things. One, I granted the protective order to allow the deposition to be virtual. Two, you are able to secure a certified videographer, and the video could be in that room to make sure that it ensures the accuracy of the record being made, along with obviously a court reporter. So there are ways to protect the procedure, whether it's virtual or not, but there is a court order allowing the deposition to be virtual. So is there any way it can go forward today as scheduled?
No, we don't have no way to stream video, and why is it going to have to cost us $14,000 to get her deposition? Because that's what it's going to cost to do it the way he said and the way you ordered it. $14,000.
No, in fact, some of these platforms can actually have a record feature. So depending on what platform you're using for a virtual deposition, you can simultaneously be recording it too. So that's actually not accurate. What?
That does not stop him from the discovery abuse.
Well, I don't see it that way, Mr. Casavelli, and I've issued the order. So the deposition is
and
okay.
We disagree with your order, and we have an objection to your order.
I understand, and the objection is noted for the record and overruled. The deposition needs to go forward, or it's going to be waived. So it was scheduled for today.
No, we don't waive anything, and you can't do this to us. You cannot waive our right to a deposition, and there is no grounds to make it be held virtual.
Was it noticed for today, correct?
Yes,
but he said from the outset that he wasn't going to present her.
Okay, well, he is presenting her. He's presenting her virtually. Hold on 1 second.
No, that's not how it was noticed. No. You're going to do this again, aren't you? You're going to violate our civil rights, aren't you? You're going to violate our rights again, aren't you? Please answer me, yes or no.
I'm not answering that question. I'm answering the question that's been
Why
raised
not?
before the
He
court
lied
today.
to you to get the order, did he not?
Sir, let me
Did he
just
not lie
make
to you to get the order?
my rulings really clear. It is very common these days, especially in the light of the pandemic, for people to be taking depositions virtually and even having trial
No.
virtually. I ordered that it be allowed to be taken virtually. You can maintain that record however you want to make sure it's secure. The deposition was noticed for today, and that means you should be ready to go forward today, whether it's virtual or in person. I'm assuming if the deponent had presented herself personally, you would have gone forward with the deposition today, which means you're prepared to have a
He
deposition.
said he did not present her personally.
I said that's
why
not
we're
the point.
consenting.
That's not the point.
No. You're not understanding the point. He
I
said he
do.
would not present her personally.
He doesn't have to. That's not the point I'm making. Today was the day for the deposition. You should have been prepared for the deposition. I ordered it. Don't speak over me, please. Please do not speak over me.
I have not got a copy of any order yet. I have not been served with any order what you're stating here.
That's fine.
Put this on the record. You have not served me with a copy, nor has he.
The order has been issued, but I'm going to ask Mr. Eastin
I
a
have
question.
not received a copy of the order. So you're going to sit here and tell me I have to abide by an order I have not received?
Sir, I'm not talking to you right now. Let me talk to Mr. Eastin. Sir, you need to not talk when I'm talking. Mr. Eastin, assume for a minute Mr. Casavelli did not receive my order granting the protective order to allow this to go forward virtually. I want to pick a time and a date right now where you can represent your client for virtual deposition so that it's very clear and there's notice. I've granted the order for it to be virtual. It needs to go forward. If it doesn't go forward and Mr. Casavelli doesn't take the deposition, he's then waived it. But I'm going to accept the fact. I'm going to accept
I have not. I waived nothing, and I will file special action to get this deposition in person if I have to. And if I have to file
Casavelli, you're not listening.
All the way to the United States Supreme Court, I will get this deposition in person, and you will not violate my rights, Judge Duncan.
Sir, I'm setting a future date.
What? You gave him a hearing in 11 minutes notice. 11 minutes notice.
Which is also commonly done when there's a discovery dispute or a deposition.
No, it's not. Because
sir,
we asked nothing
sir,
from you.
I need you not to talk right now. I need a date.
You need to listen, man. Listen, Judge, you are biased against us. You have been from the outset. You have committed crimes against us, Judge. You have committed crimes, and your cohort there, Bryan Eastin, has too. And the only one here who's paying for this is Donna Johanson, and she doesn't even understand what she's paying for. She's paying for you two to commit criminal activities against us.
Okay, enough.
And you know what? That's fine. You can do that.
Mr. Casavelli, I let you speak. Now you're going to be quiet. Mr. Eastin, give me a time and a date when you can represent your client for a deposition. That's
we're
virtual.
filing special action. We're
fine.
Not agreeing to anything.
You can do that.
We're not agreeing to shit. We're not waiving anything. You understand that?
Mr.
We're not doing it.
I just need you to listen. Just listen.
No, I'm not going to agree to anything. I'm not going to. What you are doing is violating every right, every rule that there is under Rule 30 on this. Every one of our civil rights, right to due process and equal treatment and protection of law, you are violating them right now, Judge Duncan. It is clear.
Is there anything else you feel you need to say? Is there anything else you need to say? Okay, you've made that record, and I'm going to make my record. I'm authorizing a virtual deposition. I'm accepting the fact that you felt that you didn't get notice of that. I'm going to have another date and time stated on the record now for a virtual deposition. You either show up, don't interrupt me. I did not interrupt you. Sir, you have to stop.
Who's paying for this deposition?
I need, Mr. Casavelli, I need you to be quiet for a minute.
Duncan, tell me who's paying for this deposition then?
Mr.
And why
Eastin, Mr. Eastin, I need a time and a date for a deposition to be virtual to make
Oh
your
my
client
God.
available. If Mr. Casavelli fails to appear or participate in the deposition, or Ms. Castelli fails to participate or appear for the virtual deposition, I will absolutely find that they have waived it. But right now,
No.
they need proper
No.
notice. Okay,
Do we
so
need to
go
get an
ahead.
injunction? Do we need to
Give
apply for
me
an
a
injunction
time and a
against you?
date.
In the
Get me
district court? Is that what we need? Apply for an emergency injunction to stop you?
I need a time and a
Okay.
date,
We're
Mr.
going to
Easton.
file for an emergency injunction to stop you in the district court. How's that?
Mr. Easton, go ahead and give me a time and a date.
Ms. Johanson and I are available either tomorrow on the 29th of October or on Monday the
Monday the 1st?
Yes, Monday the 1st or tomorrow on the 29th
At what time? At what time are those
1 p.m.
options? 1 p.m. for both? So, Mr. Casavelli and Ms. Castelli, which date do you want to
We're
take the
not available
deposition?
either date. We're not
Okay,
available. That's why
Mr. Casavelli, I actually want to talk to Ms. Castelli for a moment.
No, you're not going to do that to me this time. You talk to me.
Ms.
I'm a
Castelli
litigant
is
party. If
also
you've got
a
a problem with
name.
that, then disconnect me.
Ms.
We're not
Castelli,
available, and I don't have to tell you why. We're just not. And who is paying for this deposition? That we have no say in it.
Ms.
Who is
Castelli,
paying for the deposition, Judge? Tell me.
Ms. Castelli, do you want
She's
to
not here.
speak on your own? I heard her on the phone, Mr. Casavelli. I heard her on the phone, and I want to know whether or not she wants to speak on her own behalf. Ms. Castelli, do you want to speak on your own behalf?
You're in the same thing. She's not here. I told you she just left. She's upset
Okay.
because you're violating our civil rights. You're violating our civil rights.
In order
You're
for
a
there
biased
to
judge,
be,
Judge. You have been from the outset.
you have to stop yelling. Mr. Easton,
I'm not
I'm
yelling.
going to have you make your client available on Monday the 1st at 1 p.m. for a virtual deposition. If Mr. Casavelli and Ms. Castelli do not appear virtually to take the deposition,
We're not available, Judge. How can you not understand it? We're not available.
Okay, sir, you give me a time and a date when you're available next week for a virtual deposition.
I'm not available next week. You don't understand. I'm not available next week.
When are you? And stop yelling, sir. When are you available to take a virtual deposition in the next 2 weeks? Give us a time and a date when you are.
I'm not available. Oh, my God. I have no life, do I?
When
I
are
have no
you?
life. I have no
Sir,
life.
Sir,
I am
I'm
not
just
available.
asking.
I don't know how to look.
Any time of day in the next 2 weeks, when are you available?
I'm not available in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. I'm going to order that the deposition then be on the 1st as requested at 1 p.m. Mr. Casavelli has not.
Is he going to pay for it? Is he going to pay for the deposition?
Let me ask
Is he going to pay for the deposition?
I need you to stop.
Are they going to pay for the deposition, Judge? Are they going to pay it?
Sir, when are you available to take the deposition?
Not until early December.
Give me a date. Give me a time and a date in early December when you're available for a virtual deposition.
No, I'm not available for any virtual deposition. I can't stream video.
You said that you were available for a virtual deposition.
No, I'm not. I can't stream video. And everything's here at my home that I would need for a deposition.
So, Mr. Easton, if Mr. Casavelli doesn't have any computer equipment that allows for video availability, how would you like to solve that problem?
I think, Your Honor, he could just go to the court reporter's office and they would have all of that available too.
Okay, Mr. Casavelli,
and all the files are here. I need to go there without the files.
Mr. Casavelli, just give me a time and a date when you're available for a virtual deposition at the court reporter's office.
I am not available for a virtual deposition. I just told you that I don't have the equipment.
Okay.
It was one of the conditions of our employment.
Okay, well,
He knows this.
Sir, you have to make a good faith effort to actually secure
I
access.
did, and you're not upholding it.
It's not going to
You're
be
not upholding our
person.
We have a right here, Judge. We have rights, and you're violating them.
Okay, you know what, Mr. Eastin? I want a date farther out because I want to know that Mr. Casavelli and Ms. Castelli had an opportunity to secure access through the court reporter's office or some other means to get access to a computer. They could even maybe go to the library.
It's not the computer. It's all of our files. It's on our computer.
That the court reporter's office does allow that, but because they have to appear as well. So go ahead and give me a time and the date in the future.
Without our file.
Sir,
Without our
talking. He said maybe
no,
early
I
December.
don't. You need to start listening. It's what you need to do. You need to start listening. We're not going to take no virtual deposition without our exhibits, without our proof. We're not taking a virtual exhibit at all. Deposition at all because it's not legal. What you're doing to us is not legal. You, Judge, do not need to be on the bench. You need to be removed. You are a biased judge. And I know I'm not helping my case, but what the hell do I have to lose right now? Why don't you just go ahead and rule against me like you've done? Why don't you go ahead and do me vexations like you've done unlawfully again? Why don't you just go ahead and do that? Why don't you just rule for them and say they won and just get this over with and get it in the appellate court and I can be done with you?
Your Honor, December 2nd, we're available.
At what time?
No, and here's the me. Who's paying for this deposition? Judge, since you're ordering it, who's paying for it?
What time?
1 p.m.
Okay.
Who's paying for the deposition?
Sir, you noticed this deposition. It's going to be December 2nd at 1 p.m.
Under my conditions, what
It's
I know,
gonna
Judge,
be a
I missed my brother's funeral because of him.
I
missed my brother's funeral because he had to have it 2 years ago, and he has dragged this shit out for 4 years now. And you're going to say here, ain't abet him?
Mr. Casavelli,
what, you want a bigger fight on your hands? Don't you think now enough it caused you enough problems?
I'm just going to issue my. It's very difficult.
Who has caused you enough problems?
Okay, I need to issue this order. The deposition is on December 1st at 1 p.m. It's a virtual deposition. If Mr. Casavelli and Ms. Castelli fail to participate, they've waived their
You
right.
violate our rights by ordering this, Judge. You're violating our rights.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Eastin. I'll see you soon, Eastin.